Hey there guys, so today we are doing another web exploitation video. Today we are doing Who Are You? I was able to solve this one. It was kind of annoying, but it was kind of cool to learn about. Well, I guess we'll get into that in a little bit. Though I do want to suggest to anybody that's actually out there listening, do you prefer me, continuing to do what I'm doing now, kind of just show you how to solve it, or make like a super long, maybe I can kind of put like I can edit it and put clips of me trying to figure it out and going through all the, roadblocks and stuff, all the obstacles I face. Even though I kind of talk about them through here. So, yeah, any suggestions would be really cool. But at the end of the day, all I care about is solving these challenges. Just trying to make the, videos more attractable. Is that a word? Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get into it. So, first things first, who are you? So what this challenge really is kind of just header manipulation, getting comfortable with curl or even Python and stuff like that. So this one says, this first part of the challenge says, only people who use official Pico browser are welcomed. So the first thing I thought of immediately was this tool. Oh, you probably can't see, huh? So was this tool, let me move this real quick. Okay, so this tool right here, if you go click these little dots, go to more tools, and then go to network conditions, then you get this little thing down here. Let me move this back. Okay. And from here, you can actually change your user agent to whatever you want. You just have to unselect this and then type in whatever you want. What is it? Pico browser? Did I spell that right? I think so. So then I refresh that, then boom, I don't trust users visiting from another site. So this is where you have to start messing with the headers. So to do this, initially what I was doing, let me scroll up. So initially what I was doing is just a ton of curl requests and trying to add headers into them. Where is it? So like for example, this one is pretty much what I did here. I added the user agent tag or header, and I get the same thing here. Where is it? I don't trust users visiting from another site. So I kind of got tired of doing this and messing with that syntax. So I just decided, I'm gonna just pull out Python and do it there. So if you're not familiar with Python, hold on. Okay. Let me just open up another thing here. Let me open up the file. Cool. Okay. So hopefully this is legible. So if you haven't used Python before, you're not really familiar with Python, there is a library you can use for this type of thing to make like HTTP requests. It's useful for like APIs and stuff, and it's requests. I will say that it's gonna be a little hard for me to type because I have this microphone in the way and my keyboard, and I haven't really. Something disconnected. Is my mic still connected? I don't know why I made that. No. Anyway, so yeah, I may have to like requests. Cool. And it's not that I can spell too, so that's gonna be a little hard. So first things first is we want our, I'll just do our site name, which we'll get from here. Paste that there. And the next thing, the most important part, is the headers. Down here we're going to do res is equal to requests dot get, and then we want the site headers equal to headers. Okay, cool. So this is where we build out our headers. So the first thing we want is, the first thing it asks us is to set the user agent, the browser, to Pico browser. So user agent Pico browser. Cool. Okay. Then the next thing it tells us is I don't trust users visiting from another site. So we need to pretty much make it think that the request is coming from within that site. And this is where I found this tag called refer. And pretty much I'm just gonna make this clear right now. Throughout the video, I used what was it? Well, I basically used these two sites right here. There's Wikipedia with all the HTTP headers, or at least the majority of them, along with this MDN web docs that also had a list of a bunch of headers. That's kind of where I, figured out how to do a lot of this. So yeah, the refer pretty much, you know what? I can just read it out. Refer. Oh, what was that? This is the address of the previous web page from a link to the current requested page was followed to. So it's kind of like if you were I think redirected. Yeah, but it gets the job done. So I wasn't really sure what it exactly wanted, so I kind of just put the site for that, and we could even run that, see where it gets us. I kind of have to sneeze. There we go. Why? Oh, I don't have a print or anything. So let me just explain this. So from here we get the response. I believe it's just the code. So like 200, 404, all these codes. So you have to put .text to actually get the HTML result. You pretty much get the source code. You'll see. Yeah. And it says, sorry, this site only worked in 2018. So there is another header. Is it just date? Yeah, date. The date and time which the message was originated from. So this one's pretty easy. You should put date. And then 2018. It didn't specify a day or time, so I'm just set it to 1/1, January 1st. I believe that's January. I don't think it does 00. So let's run that again. And I don't trust users who can be tracked. So my first thought with this was cookies, because cookies, you can kind of store like your session and kind of like remember who you are, like your identity, your and you're authorized, like you're already like authorized and authenticated and stuff with a cookie. Sometimes like there's JWT tokens, blah blah blah. So I was wondering if there was a way to kind of like block cookies. That didn't get anywhere. But I did find DNT. Pretty much means do not track header. So if you set that to 1, do not track is enabled, and that's all that was to it. So DNT. Set that to 1. Let's run that again. This website is only for people from Sweden. So for this part I had a lot of problems. At first I was thinking, okay, maybe I have to do proxy, something like that. But all it really took was X forwarded 4. So a de facto standard for identifying the originating IP address of a client connecting to a web server through an HTTP proxy. So kind of proxy, yeah, it pretty much is like a proxy, I think. So the next problem for me was, well, where do I get a Swedish proxy? So of course I just did a Google search, free. You probably can't see this again, huh? Wow, I'm horrible. I need to get better at this. Anyway, free Swedish proxies. Surprisingly enough, those do exist. I think I used this first one here. Let me just copy that. Is it this one? Yeah. So it was X forward id 4. There we go. Sorry. Okay, and then let's put in the IP address. I think that's how that worked. Yeah, so now we have a different problem. You're in Sweden, but you don't speak Swedish. Okay, that one's easy enough. If you're familiar with HTTP headers, then you know that there is a header for language. Let's accept language. So yeah, that's pretty much all it is. The next thing we really needed there was the language code. So that's an easy Google search there. Swedish is SV. So if we go accept language SV, run that again. What can I say? Wait, what can I say except you are welcome? And there is our flag. So let me just, and that's it. That's all to it for this challenge. Honestly, this one was a little harder for me than the other ones I've done in the past. Well, you know, the past challenges. It was actually pretty fun though. Like, I didn't know a lot of these headers kind of existed, so it was cool to learn about these, and I can see like the usefulness to this and how, as I guess an attacker, you can, you know, leverage these headers to benefit you, and as even as like a defense, you know, security professional that's trying to protect your site, I can see how some of these would be important to, you know, take a look at and understand. So yeah, this was a cool challenge. Definitely suggest you try it out. You can definitely do this in Python like I did, or in curl. That's cool too. Just, you know, a little bit more. I think you would do like curl, I think it's H, and then like pass in the headers there. I don't know if you could pass in multiple or just one by one, but yeah, that's how you do it, like that. And then I know you can do like online curl requests. Yeah, so you can just like straight up just run it here if you don't want to look at the command line for whatever reason. That's cool too. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for future videos. Thank you.